Hey, what's going on, guys? So the Turbo here, and we are back with some more Sky Factory, and I did not actually get a whole lot of farming stuff done because it's taking forever. But maybe something interesting, maybe something cool instead. So what I decided was like, hey, you know what? Quite obviously, there's quite a bit of, stuff that needs to be done, right? Like I need to, whoops, broke a little bit too many. But I need to take care of a whole manner of nonsense. I have to get these animals breeded. I actually don't have a way to create infinite seeds, which is a really strange and unusual thing. I can put them into one here actually, which would probably take care of it. And actually, I will do that right now because that's a really smart and not dumb idea. So I will actually do that. I'm surprised I came up with that all on my own, Kappa. So let me just take one of these seeds and just throw them in there. But thought to myself, you know what we could probably be using right about now is having a farm area. Honestly, it makes sense, right? Like just make a farm area and get that going. And I think that does make enough sense that I probably want to do that. I have absolutely no idea what my seed return rate is, but I think it's giving me like 1 or 2 maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. Actually, I can just watch from here probably. I can figure it out. So we're going to be doing some building today. I'm not entirely... Oh, it's giving me 1 per rip. That's going to take 5 ever. But yeah, we're going to do some building stuff today. I'm also going to start replacing some of the stuff that I've been breaking because I've been breaking a fair bit of stuff as well. So let me go ahead, get the glowing glass out here. I'm also going to be taking some glowstone out here because we also broke some of those. But yeah, let me go ahead, patch some things up. And then while we're doing this, I'm going to kind of just discuss with you guys what the game plan will be. So what I'm thinking is going to happen here is we're going to go ahead and I think we're going to stay with this general style of how we've been building, which is to say that this is what panel? No, this is a big tile. I'm kind of feeling like it may make sense for us to do these nice glowing glass things all around everywhere. Right, and my thought is that number 1, I can see through it. Number 2, it provides a nice, generous amount of light, and number 3, it also lets me kind of look in. Right, it's a good mixture of giving light and also being transparent. I can kind of just peer in and do whatever I need to do and see whatever I need to see. And I do like that a lot. I do like that ability to do that kind of stuff. So I'm feeling like that might be the way we're going to end up going, and almost certainly will be. Actually, since we're going to be doing that, I should probably put a lot of glowing glass into production because I'm going to need a whole buttload of you. So let me go ahead, put some of this glass into production. I'm going to need so many of these. Let's say 12,800 of them. That sounds like a pretty decent number. It's almost going to certainly tell me I don't have enough resources. I would be shocked if it says anything besides you do not have enough resources. Maybe 12,800 is a little bit too much. Okay, let's try to tone it down a little bit. Let's go for 6,400. That seems a little bit more reasonable. Maybe? There we go. Okay, yeah. And wow, hot dang, we actually have enough to make that happen. That actually genuinely surprises me. All right, so off to the races it goes. Let's take a look at a crafting monitor. Oh dear God, I just broke my game, didn't I? Did I break it? Uh-oh. Oh, it's lagging. It is not happy with my decisions. Okay. It's, okay, you know what? We're going to cancel that because it's clearly overburdening the system, which is not a good thing. We're going to just hold on. We can fix this. Cancel, please, dear God, cancel. We'll make them in smaller amounts, I think is what I need to be doing here. Because, good Lord, that thing did not like that at all. Man. It's just dead now, isn't it? I broke the game, guys. We broke it. All right, there we go. And as soon as we release it, it's just like, oh, yes. We'll work again. Please don't ever say anything that spooky. All right, so let's just go with 640. 640 really shouldn't be that big of a problem for this whole system. It should be just speeding through this. There it goes, off to the races it is, and just boop, 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 boop. Now, the furnace, of course, will be the bottleneck here in all likelihood. I don't really think there's a whole lot we can do about that, so it'll just be bottlenecked by that and whatever. We just have to deal with it. But that is fine. And here, we're going to be building the farmland to the east. But the thing about this farmland is going to be that it's going to be another one of these pillars, and all of these buildings that we're going to be building are going to be based off this pillar idea. So just bear that in mind going along. Don't be like, oh, I think it's going to be like, maybe we're going to do something that's going to really be a weird departure. I think I want to keep it like pillars all the way through. And the reasoning for it is because if I do it as pillars all the way through, it should give this kind of like nice, it won't be completely symmetrical because obviously the contents will not be the same, but it gives I think it gives a much more polished look, for lack of a better way to put it. So that's what I would like to do. And I think we'll have no problem accomplishing that. So we'll see how that all runs down. But I think that's going to be all the patch we're going to need to do. Now we're just going to go up. We're going to have to go ahead and also build out eastward. And this part is where it gets kind of spooky town. So we need to, number one, we need to change this to mosaic because this is not mosaic. Mosaic, which one of you is mosaic? There you are. All right, so we're gonna do mosaic, and from this point, we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I have a much better idea for the number 40. Must be 45 out, so just build out with this. Okay. And of course, because this whole thing is glowstone, it's not going to interfere with it's not going to interfere with our other kind of activities in terms of let's say the lighting and junk like that. We just this path is already lit up for all intents and purposes, so we should be fine. So I'm not too concerned about that either. I'm not a huge fan of this rain, so I'm going to actually go ahead and sleep off the night. And then I'm going to also, we're going to need a lot more glowstone actually. And I don't think 45 will actually work then. I thought 45 would be fine, but it does pass this up pretty comfortably, but I think it needs to be a little bit more than that. So I'm going to need some more glowstone. Or I'm going to need, yeah, I'm going to need more glowstone. So, oh, did I already finish all the glowing glass? You're kidding me. Already? Wow, hot dang. All right. Well, in that case, let me up the ante for us a little bit. Let's go for 2,560. Can you handle that much? Okay, it seems to be okay. It's not pleased about it, but it does seem to be okay with the idea of doing 2,000 some. All right, that's fine. Let me go ahead and drop off some of the stuff that I have in here because I do have a bunch of randy junk in this. Have a random book now. The animal nets can also... Oh, wait! I don't think anything bad would happen to it, but we do have a... Okay, the rooster's fine. The rooster is literally the only thing I cared about in that whole thing that I just moved, and that would have been really bad if that didn't carry over. Alright. So... let's go ahead. Actually, experience can go in there too. So, glowstone. Let's take all these encased bricks. Just gonna chisel the heck out of these bad boys. Mosaic. All right, there are these mosaic now. Perfecto. And I'm going east, so I'm literally going the exact opposite way. All right, so 45. Let's call it an even 90. Let's see if 90 will do it. 90 should be fine. If it doesn't fit within 90, then I done fudged up. Oh yeah, that's more than enough clearance. This is perfect. Okay, so 90 will be the magical number here. 91, of course, is going to be where we center the whole thing on. So let me just put this builder block right here. And I'm going to need to take the shape card out, and I'm going to have to get it to agree with me. So 145 was the size of that big thing on the bottom there. I don't want it to be nearly that big. So we're at 90, so this should theoretically be... about 51. I feel about 51 is correct. So I want this to be a cylinder. All right, so 51, 51. And the height of this bad boy, I believe, will end up being 90, something like that. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay, it is about the right length and width. The depth of it is definitely not correct. We'll have to... Okay, so let's undo that. Shape card this bad boy. Cap cylinder is also what I want to be doing as well. I don't think 120 makes a whole lot of sense here, but let's just preview it and see. Oh, wow. That's actually still not deep enough. Really? Okay. I am pretty astounded that that's not deep enough, but sure. Let me... Here, hold on. I'm going to despawn that. I still should have the builder's block here. I don't know if the cylinder is going to be accurate in here. It's 131. Okay, 131 is the magic number here. So let's get 131. And I think it's actually a 51 thing there too, the inner circle. So that's perfect. Good. I was like, I think 51 is right, and it was, which was an interesting change of pace for me because I usually botch things up a little bit. And sometimes the botching of things can be kind of frustrating. Would prefer not to mess things up anymore. Alright, so that is all looking good. Admittedly, the height of this thing is probably a little bit on the excessive side, but oh well, such is life. Alright, so let's go ahead, turn that preview off, and let's get this show on the road. I'm going to need... Ooh, actually. Alright, so the ender chest will do the trick for us. So let me go ahead and just flop that onto there. We're going to need an ungodly amount of glass. Let's also put the lever in here. And we have plenty of redstone power, but just to be sure about it, let's just go ahead and reconnect it to the network and make sure it has a plenty, power aplenty as it were. And let me go ahead over here and let's just flippity floop all the way up to this. And let's see, what do you have currently? So chiseled stone is what's currently up in there. I don't really need chiseled stone. I do, however, need glowstone glass, or glowing glass rather. So let me go ahead, tell it to greenlight glowing glass, and it will happily just kind of fill that up, and we are already out. That's fine. All right, crafting monitor, pray tell. Oh, you are still working. You are working hard at it. And there it goes. All right, so it's still kind of plugging away. It's going to take some time to obviously create the whole thing, but that's all right. So let me go ahead. We'll just flick the switch for right now. Oh, I was like, where is it? And there it goes. It's starting to already craft the thing. Now, obviously, it's a very large structure, so this is going to bankrupt way before it's going to even be done. This is going to be one of those things where I think we might have to do a... I don't know if a time lapse necessarily makes a whole lot of sense here, just because it will take a lot of time for it to actually complete. So what we'll do instead is we'll let the surrounding area work on itself, but we'll finish part of the inside area here, because we do need to get our farming situation kind of squared away. So we did 90 out to here. This thing, of course, is going to be a 51, so that is going to take us to 25 either side. So let's go ahead. Okay. So it should be something like this. Ooh, actually, that's going to mess me up a little bit. That's all right. So it should be something like that. And messing this part up, honestly, is not the end of the world. This part really doesn't really make that much of a difference in terms of if I screw it up or not. All right, unbreakable wand. Let's go ahead and just make you 3 wide. Wunderbar. And I should be able to do likewise on this. And indeed, there we go. We have our first actual extension to the base already rocking and rolling. Not bad, if I do say so myself. All right, so this whole thing's done. You might be at this point being like, Choco, you've made this, now what? Well, we're gonna continue by first getting these sides ready to go here. So let me go ahead and get this already. So this thing is gonna have to be, actually that's the correct number, 23 is gonna be right, because this is gonna be, so 25, 24, and then 23 onward would be here. So let's go ahead and make that. Oh, and we're already, oh crap, I think I might have just been eaten by glass. Ooh, sorry about that. Ooh. I might have miscounted then. Strange, okay. Whatever. Not the world's biggest deal. If I need to fix that up, that won't take very long at all, so that's fine by me. All right, so I guess it's 22 was the magical number. For some reason, I don't know why that's the case, but sure. Ain't no harm in that, I guess. So let's go ahead and make this all the way out. All right, cool, cool, cool. And then we're just gonna go ahead, flop these things into here. All right, awesome. Okay, so we now have the outer perimeter all squared away, and, or not the outer perimeter, but we have the inner kind of workings all set up and ready to go. Now we just need to populate this with some dirt and some other stuff like that. So that shouldn't be too terribly bad, I think. We're gonna need, of course, a lot of dirt. So let's go get some dirt. We have plenty of dirt essence here, so I'm not too terribly concerned about us running out of dirt. I don't think that's really going to be a thing that we have to worry about. All right, but we're just going to build this out. Let me think here. So this needs to be built out to about 20 out. Okay, we have a conundrum. All right, so let me switch the places of these things right here. So let's do 20. Okay, 20 on this side. All right, now this will be a hot spot for mobs, and not really a whole lot I can do about it right now, but eventually we'll square that away as well. But for right this particular second, we'll just do this. Put 20 on this side. Truth be told, actually, this is kind of an inefficient way of doing this, because I can just make it with, whatever, it's fine. It'll be fine. All right, so we have all this dirt here. That's all fine and dandy. But, it's coming together. It's really coming together. I'm liking it. All right, so we have all this in place here. This one is going to have a slightly different thing than everything else, so that's going to be okay. Ooh, actually, yeah. I didn't really think about that, but I actually think I messed this up a little bit. That's all right. We'll do the other part first. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. Go up to here. Actually, let me just confirm. Let me see if there's any other stairs that tickle my fancy. No, not really. All right, so because this one in particular is going to end up being pretty basic in nature. Okay, I guess I'll make a stair thing. because it's going to be pretty basic in nature and there's going to be a lot of nature-esque things, I'm thinking just oak wood will do the trick. The only thing I would probably be willing to step down for that would be if I had something else like, I don't know, if I had like some kind of glowstone stairway or something, but I'm not too terribly worried about it. I'm not too terribly concerned. So let me go ahead and just make a whole buttload of these, because these should like insta-craft pretty much. Yep. Nope, that's glass. Alright. So we'll just take these 3 right here, and we're going to start playing around with that. Okie dokie. Alrighty, so for these bad boys, I guess we'll start forming around here. Oh, I didn't actually think of this way. Yeah, I want to need some oak planks. Alright, so forget the dirt for now. I'm going to have the dirt be filled by the builder block. I don't really want to do it this way. So maybe this will be a time-lapse episode. We'll see. We're already kind of fairly well into it. But, alright, you know what? No, forget it. We're going into the time-lapse. I've just decided this out randomly off the cuff, so rip. But I think it would probably serve us best just to time-lapse this procedure from here on out. So we're going to time-lapse it as soon as I'm done talking here. I'm going to focus on building this area up. And then after we finish building this area up, then we'll go ahead and reconvene at the end of it, and then we'll go from there. So I'll be back. Well, I mean, I won't be back, but I'm going to go ahead and go into time-lapse mode, and then we'll, after the time-lapse, reconvene, talk about it, and then we'll be on our way. So here we go. All right, guys, we're back, and we're still not even there yet. We did find out that we're actually one off in terms of the vertical, and I kind of goofed that up. That's all right. We can fix that up, and it shouldn't be too terribly bad, because if it's just, you know, removing one layer and then moving it up by one, it should be fine. I'm not too concerned about it. Who knows? I doubt I'll forget about it, but I might even forget about it, which would be preferable, because I would just never do it. But this is going to kind of keep on chugging along, doing its thing, whatever else. But what we do have for right this particular moment, right, is we do have our critters kind of happily situated now inside of an actual place that's not just a makeshift random area. This is going to still be, obviously there's a lot more to build, as you could probably guess, and as you can probably look over there, but for right now this does give us a place for us to at least have our critters growing. Now, once this whole circle, or cylinder I should say, is completed, that's going to be the point whenever I'm actually going to go through and take the time and effort just to kind of play around, I guess, with this whole upper area here, because this is going to be where some trees are. It's really going to be more for looks, right? So the idea is that if I'm looking over from this space and I'm flying over, I get to be welcomed by this nice sight of like trees and all this lushness and whatever else. Also, you will notice that I've done these wooden stairs here, just kind of making sure that this whole thing feels like, hey, you know, this is definitely a farm area. It's not like super industrial or anything. Trying to make sure that different areas look kind of varied. We do have the megalin here, which is this whole entire biome is megalin, or meneglin, I should say. And so that's why the grass looks kind of funky. And it will also give us meneglin trees, which is used for immersive engineering or something like that. I haven't really played around with it a whole lot. We did get mineral berries or something. I can't remember what though. But we will probably make use of that. The trees do look gorgeous. So we'll probably happily kind of use those and move along. But yeah, other than that, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I am going to, actually it probably should be at the moment. I'm going to start, or not start, but I'm going to probably just, you know, take care of things here and there, breathe them up a little bit. Get some more animals and such kind of going. I also need to make way more glowing glass, so that will be another doozy. But we should be in fairly good shape now. We're definitely approaching some kind of functional farm area, which is nice. And we don't have an area yet for the other critters, of course. So your horses, donkeys, cats, rabbits, dogs. Definitely don't have those guys yet, but we will get there eventually. It will just take some time. But with all good things, you know, it just takes a little bit of time, but we'll get there eventually. So I hope you all did enjoy this episode. If you did, consider leaving a like rating down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and we'd kind of like to know, hey, when's the next time we're going to be seeing something out of Choco? I hope you are enjoying everything in terms of how we're progressing so far. I'm pretty happy with the way this is turning out so far. It's looking like it's going to be a nice contrast to this whole thing, because remember, these things are not meant to be like these mega, like, oh my goodness bases. These are meant to be kind of the side parts to the really large one. So this circle is always going to be way larger than this one. So hopefully that will pan out the way I actually want it to pan out. But we will see. We'll see what kind of everything takes us and so on and so forth. But I don't know if I already said this. Did I already say the like and stuff? I'm going to do the outro again, just in case I didn't. But if you enjoyed, hit the like button. If you are new, subscribe. And I'll see you guys another time. So take care, everybody. I'm going to get some more wheat. All right. So take care, everybody. And ciao for... Can I make more carrots? Yes, I can. Oh, yes, I can. I can make carrots in like the best way imaginable. Yes. And you know what? No, I'm not even going to worry about the chickens. We have so many chickens, and we have a rooster. I just really can't be bothered to worry about it. All right. Oh, yeah, and the rooster needs its own pen as well. Very, very, very true. Hey! Oh, that's rather auspicious. Okay. I feel kind of cool that just happened. We just got a first try. Random chick. All right, well. Anywho, take care. Have a wonderful, safe day. And I'll see you all next time. Ciao for now.